Welcome to History Tag, where the history comes to life. The full history of Brazil. 1. Indigenous Brazil, pre-1500. Before European contact, Brazil was home to millions of indigenous people, belonging to diverse tribes such as the Tupi, Guarani, and Yanomami. These groups lived in well-organized societies, practicing agriculture, hunting, and fishing, while developing complex cultural and linguistic traditions. The Amazon rainforest and coastal regions provided abundant resources, sustaining a rich indigenous heritage that persists today despite centuries of colonization and displacement. Second Portuguese colonization, 1500 to 1822. In 1500, Portuguese explorer Pedro Álvares Cabral arrived in Brazil, claiming the land for Portugal. The Portuguese established sugarcane plantations along the coast, relying on enslaved indigenous people and later African slaves brought through the transatlantic slave trade. By the 17th century, Brazil became a major exporter of sugar, gold, and other resources. The colonial period saw conflicts between European powers, as the Dutch and French attempted to seize parts of Brazil, but Portuguese rule remained dominant. 3. The Empire of Brazil, 1822 to 1889. Brazil declared independence from Portugal in 1822 under Emperor Dom Pedro I. The country transitioned into a constitutional monarchy, maintaining stability while much of Latin America faced political turmoil. Dom Pedro II, his successor, oversaw significant modernization and economic expansion, including the growth of coffee plantations. However, internal pressure and the abolition of slavery in 1888 weakened the monarchy, leading to a military coup that established a republic in 1889. 4. First Republic, 1889 to 1930. The First Republic was dominated by coffee oligarchs, known as the coffee with milk politics, as power alternated between the coffee-rich states of São Paulo and Minas Gerais. The government was highly centralized, with limited participation from the broader population. Economic inequality persisted, and industrialization began to take shape in urban centers. Political instability and social unrest grew, leading to the rise of nationalist movements. Fifth Vargas Era, 1930 to 1945. In 1930, Getulio Vargas led a coup, ending the First Republic. He ruled as a dictator from 1937 under the Estado Novo regime, promoting industrialization, labor rights, and national development. However, his rule was authoritarian, suppressing opposition and limiting democratic freedoms. Brazil aligned with the Allies in World War II, leading to increased international influence and economic expansion. Sixth post-war democracy and military coup, 1945 to 1964. Vargas was ousted in 1945, and Brazil experienced a period of democratic governance. However, economic instability, social unrest, and fears of communism led to a military coup in 1964. The military regime imposed strict censorship, suppressed political dissent, and promoted rapid industrial growth, transforming Brazil into a major global economy. However, human rights abuses and inequality persisted, fueling resistance movements. 7. Military dictatorship, 1964 to 1985. The military government ruled Brazil for 2 decades, implementing economic policies that spurred industrialization, but also led to inflation and external debt. Political opposition was suppressed through censorship and persecution. By the 1980s, economic crises and growing demands for democracy led to a gradual transition away from military rule. 8. Return to democracy, 1985 present. Brazil transitioned to democracy in 1985 after over 2 decades of military rule, leading to the adoption of a new constitution in 1988 that strengthened civil rights and democratic institutions. Fernando Henrique Cardoso, 1995 to 2002, introduced economic reforms, including the Real Plan, which successfully controlled inflation and stabilized the economy. In 2002, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, Lula, was elected president, implementing social programs that lifted millions out of poverty, but his administration was later marred by corruption scandals. In 2018, Jair Bolsonaro, a far-right leader, took office. Facing controversy over deforestation in the Amazon, the handling of COVID-19, and political polarization. In 2023, Lula returned as president, focusing on economic recovery, democracy, and environmental protection. His administration has worked on improving Brazil's global trade relations, strengthening sustainability policies, and restoring public trust in governance. 9. Geography and economy of Brazil. Brazil is the largest country in South America, covering a total area of 8.5 million square kilometers. It shares borders with Argentina, Bolivia, Colombia, Guyana, Paraguay, Peru, Suriname, Uruguay, and Venezuela. The country has a diverse geography, including the Amazon rainforest, the Pantanal wetlands, and the Atlantic coastline. Brazil has a population of over 216 million people, making it the most populous country in Latin America. Economically, Brazil is one of the world's largest economies, driven by agriculture, mining, manufacturing, and services. It is a leading exporter of soybeans, coffee, beef, iron ore, and petroleum. The country has a mixed economy with both state-owned enterprises and private sector growth. Despite economic fluctuations, Brazil remains a key player in global markets and is a member of BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Recent challenges include inflation control, political corruption, and balancing environmental protection with industrial growth. 10. Tourism in Brazil. Brazil is one of the most visited countries in South America, attracting around 6 to 7 million international tourists annually. Tourism contributes approximately $8 billion to $9 billion to the economy each year, supporting industries like hospitality, transportation, and entertainment. The country's most popular attractions include Rio de Janeiro's Christ the Redeemer, the Amazon rainforest, Iguazu Falls, and the beaches of Copacabana and Fernando de Noronha. Ecotourism and cultural festivals like Carnival also play a major role in drawing visitors. Brazil has been working on expanding its tourism industry by improving infrastructure, safety, and promoting sustainable travel. Brazil continues to grow as a major global economy, balancing development with environmental conservation while addressing social and economic challenges. Its rich history and diverse culture make it a unique and dynamic nation. Thank you for watching. Please support us by subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. Your support means a lot. See you in the next video.